Halfway there. We are on Twitter. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Jay. You're JQ.
You're TQ.
That I am. Drinking some ginger tea today.
Mm.
I just grabbed a organic ginger ale off the shelf. Didn't
Traditional.
really give it much thought today. Just
I
wanted
have
to.
I had the Yogi Tea. I think next week we'll try. I want to compare this to the our ginger root and do a true decoction.
There will be no comparison. Not
Well,
that,
no, but
not that these are
it's
bad. I'm
not
just
about like good and bad. I actually just want to know the difference.
yeah. But I mean, like, you can tell why you need to do a decoction of ginger root because putting this tea in the tea bag in there for 5 minutes.
Well, I'm also
Still,
interested potentially in taking our pulverized root and just making a quick steep like an infusion and seeing the difference there too. And see if the our pulverized root is like different than the bags we usually are trying because this is pretty good quality. Yogi teas are pretty good, you know what I mean?
yeah. No, I'm not saying that they're bad. And actually, this one is ginger. It's ginger, blackberry leaf, a little stevia leaf, and lemon myrtle leaf. So
I
it's not.
think mine is just straight ginger, but
Yeah, I kind of was looking for the kick of straight ginger, and I'm not getting that right now. So this isn't bad tea. It's good, but it's not the, the nice, powerful punch that ginger can pack.
right.
So
So man.
so good day, good. If you just joined us, we're drinking ginger tea. I just got some bad news for all of the world, actually, because Dr. Scooby, well-known homeopath in Chicago, I just found out like 10 minutes before this video that he passed away last night. And to say that he was someone important in my family is an understatement. I was just saying, I've been talking to him about myself, my kids. When we went to him when we were kids, but then I reconnected with him as a parent in about 2008. And I have 20, 30 some pages of notes of our conversations, recommendations by him, little bits of wisdom. He's an awesome guy.
He's a special guy. Um, he I saw him, I think I might have been the first in our family to go see him because my sinus problems as a kid were so bad that mom was taking me to doctor and nothing was helping.
Yeah.
And then we finally got referred to Scooby and I just loved his questions. You know,
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
questions were always so interesting. He wanted to get to know you and sometimes they would seem unrelated and somehow he would loop it back in and it related to everything he was doing. He was such a brilliant. In fact, dad said that he used to work with Dr. Shepard, who's out in Lombard,
Yeah.
who used to be in the city. And most people who've done homeopathy that are our age know of Dr. Shepard because he's just, the
Yeah.
guy, right?
Joel Shepard, who I think is now also kind of doesn't practice as much anymore. But
But he has a center out there and there's
yeah,
several
Dr.
practitioners.
Fior took over the practice primarily.
But
He's also an awesome guy.
according to dad, and maybe if dad is jumps in here, I don't know if he's on, but he said that Dr. Scooby was the most brilliant. Um, he said that Dr. Scooby was the most brilliant. What's the word?
Prescriber.
Prescriber. And you know what? To this day, when I saw him, what? Not that recent, not that long ago. Amina is 2 today, my little
Yeah.
daughter.
First of all, good news. Congratulations on your
And Amina met him, you know.
Yeah,
We had all kinds of trouble when she was born because of her special needs and her sensitivities,
yeah,
and he helped us through a lot of that. And during that time, you know, we're worried about her, and Dr. Scooby, of course, is going, can I talk to you guys for a minute and giving us remedies, you know?
he's such a wise person, you know? Yeah,
Yeah. And he said he was the best prescriber he had ever met.
yeah.
And he
See
went,
that dad joined. Dad, if you didn't hear, Dr. Scooby passed away last night. A customer called to tell that to us. I don't have any details, but we're just feeling the huge loss of a really talented homeopath and a really wise
lovely man.
soul who gave help to a lot of our customers, a lot of people that I know, a lot of family members, um, and just had kind of a, yeah, his questions were incredible. So my story of that is, you know, Amina's your youngest daughter. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Amina. That was originally what I wanted to talk about. It's just, and it's not unrelated. I wanted to talk about gratitude today and surprises. And I literally was thinking that 10 minutes before I got this call with this unwelcome surprise about Dr. Scooby. But uh, they're not unrelated, right? You can't have gratitude without sort of the counterpart of loss. And I think so much of gratitude is an acknowledgement of the fleeting nature of things. So in some ways, it can still be about that today. But to speak about that, my younger daughter, Nola, who's now 12, she didn't sleep through the night for the first year of her life. So, you know, like people are lucky. They're like, oh, my 2-month-old is sleeping through, like we're getting sleep. And then people are like, my 4-month-old. And then you're like, my six, oh, it took 7 months. We were at over a year. And I realized like Rachel and I were breaking down, like physically,
How
mentally.
about Greta's parents? 5 years.
What's that?
I said Greta didn't sleep through the night till she was 5.
Yeah. How did Sydney imagine? They're so cool. Imagine how cool they were. They must have been before that happened.
You can imagine Randy just being like, okay, let's walk back to your bed
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 5 times a night.
47 times a night.
But anyway, we were breaking. And it was a call with, so we'd tried everything. We'd tried the sleep books that people recommend. We'd tried Tough Love. We'd tried, you know, you name it. At that point, I would like inject drugs into her if I thought it would make her sleep through the night. It probably wouldn't have. Um,
She's a willful.
Dr. Scooby met her, spent about 2 hours watching her play, asking us questions about her. Um,
And the questions are crazy when you hear
yeah,
them.
you're like, what was the consistency of her poop when she was in the first 2
And
weeks of her life? Like,
when she comes in from playing in the snow, does she have sweat on the tip of her nose?
yeah, I know.
You're like, what does that have to do
Yeah,
with anything? And he's like, and then you're like, yes, weirdly, I've noticed that. And then he's like, ah, got it, Collie Bick. Here you go.
yeah. He spent a couple hours. He did this and he came up with a remedy and he said, I want you to give her whatever it was, 1 pellet, 3 pellets under a tongue of this tonight. Stay with her until her eyes close. Do the same thing tomorrow night and given. Now, like these are the controversial sugar pellets that people say can't do anything. We tried every effing thing under the sun with Noah. And first night, we stayed with her till she slept. He said, second night, I want you to stay with her, let her calm down, but I want you to leave while she's still awake and alert. Leave the room, tell her good night. And then on the third night, I want you to give it to her. And if things go the way that I'm hoping that they will, on the third night, you just put her to bed, do your routine and say good night. Don't even wait with her. First night, we waited, fine. Second night, yeah, she, for the first time in her life, she didn't cry, she didn't get up, she didn't do anything. Watched us walk out the door, but it was kind of, you know, already starting to go into that lull. The third night was like, waved goodnight. We went out. I'm not joking. I didn't see her in the night for about 3 more years. after putting her to bed. She never got up one time in the night.
Became your best sleeper.
My best sleeper. Amazing. Amazing. And sadly, I would be calling him right now. I had a feeling something was going on because I couldn't reach him. But I probably be calling him right now because at 12 years old, she's starting to not sleep as well again. And I feel like he would know. We
Hey,
would
man,
talk and he
you
would
know,
know
it
what to
might be
do.
the same. It's worth trying the same thing. She's still constitutionally the same human being.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to look back at my notes. Unfortunately, I don't have the 2008 notes. Mine start in 2013 that I can find, but I got to dig around. But the other thing is, I just want to say this too. I don't know anything about his circumstances of his passing away and what it was from or anything yet. But I, uh, I think I had what seemed to me like it might have been coronavirus. I've mentioned this before in January. It was very serious. Got pretty scared about how bad my breathing and coughing was getting and the severity of everything. And then the fever kicked off and I was messed up. And Dr. Scooby, in his, my guess is 80s, I don't know. He basically, with his limited schedule, was calling me every day, called me at night, called me on the weekends, was like, okay, can you get this remedy? Let's switch over to this, was like determined to see me back to some sense of security and normalcy.
I was I was in the middle of a session with him. Like when this pandemic kicked in, he told me to go get Croton Tiglium. Remember, I called you and I was like, "You don't have it, and I can't find it anywhere." And it's because it's homeopathic poison ivy. That's a hard one to find, right? And you were like, "I got a special order," and it took 2 weeks. And he said, "Call me when you get it in. Before you start taking it, I want to hear from you." And so I called him, and his voicemail box has been full, and so
Yeah,
I haven't started taking it. Now, fortunately, he gave me the directions anyway,
yeah.
and I'm
He
gonna.
always did that. He's like, let me tell you just in case we're not able to reach each other. Yeah. I guess it's appropriate, and I want to send uh, condolences. I don't know that they would be watching, but just to his family, because he lived with his daughter and his granddaughter.
And
Uh,
a big
no,
dog.
but yeah, and
It was more like a bear. That dog
yeah,
was huge.
and I know he had a brother whom he visited often. And, if this gets to them, my condolences. Uh, yeah. Anyway, hey Mary. Mary's drinking some vanilla tea. And Dad is saying that Dr. Scooby studied with George Vitulkas. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but is considered the father of homeopathy in Greece. I always wondered every time I talked to Dr. Scooby, it was clear that he was referring to like decades and decades of notes that came from others, that came from books, but also were like, I always had the sense of, my God, what's going to happen to this treasure of knowledge that he has put together in the margins of all of these books that he uses? Because he was not a computer guy. Like even Dr. Shepard, Joel Shepard, was very into like using a program to kind of like enter
They
symptoms, which
all
makes
use
sense.
programs to narrow it down,
Yeah. And
except
he didn't
him.
use a program.
I'm an analog guy. That's what he said to me the last.
Yeah, yeah.
He goes,
His
I don't know. And he literally said to me, I don't know what's going to become of all these books, but this is my computer. That's what he said. And
yeah.
I go, but even still, I can like email you something, right? He goes, oh, no, no, no.
Yeah.
He goes, not only do I not use the programs to diagnose, but I don't even do email. Like, I mean, it was
I
amazing.
feel like, you know, we've been talking about Maria Traven and the fact that you met her. To me, it's like same kind of thing, you know? Ah, feeling gratitude, but feeling very sad at the same time.
Breathe, buddy, breathe.
I am, you know me. I actually am. It's just, I get overwhelmed if I talk about something. I'm, well, just an emotional creature to begin with. So it is what it is. I do mean that though. I am so grateful that I had like 13 years of working with this uh, wise, wise teacher, healer, human being.
He helped us a lot in many ways. Me
Yeah.
personally, my kids.
Yeah. Me, I was going to say everybody in my family.
Greta went to him too after pregnancies and stuff and had other issues and stuff, and he was always there for us and lovely man.
Yeah. Jay, speaking of helping with families, how's it feel to have three kids, the youngest of which has a birthday right now? She's pretty, all
It,
kids are special. She's amazing in her own special way.
it's interesting, being that Mina is a is a rare specimen to say the least.
Yeah. One of
Um,
the rarest.
yeah, she has, I don't know, people out there, mom and dad obviously know, but she has a genetic disorder that's extremely rare. Like one of 25 reported cases, less than 25 in the world. Um, she, it's weird. Like in 2 years is like, I got to be honest, like the birthday, the natural markers for kids
Yeah.
just thrown out the window with this kid because so much developmental delays has led to us celebrating um, milestones as they happen and as she progresses with her health and physical uh, and emotion, socio emotional and mental everything as she progresses and hits a new milestone. That's when we celebrate, and we're constantly celebrating because that reinforcement is good for her and the whole family spirit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a
My
birthday
favorite
is,
thing's getting the videos you send of her doing something amazing that, you know, is something extraordinary, is what I would say, because it's ordinary, but it's extraordinary.
yeah, when
You
she
know?
does it, when you see her little like ankle braces on and she's taking her first steps, and you're like, this is incredible, right? Um, so the 2 year, I don't want to sound bad, but it makes me think more about me and Greta than her,
Yeah, that makes sense.
because it's like it's been a couple of years.
Greta came by today, the store, to pick up tea and pick up some things, and we talked. Had our mass discussion, and I was saying, in a way, I said I had like kind of a brain misfire last night, and I kind of, for a second, insisted to Nola that Amina was 3, not because she's a typical 3-year-old, like in that sense, like what you're saying, like who cares about the milestones, but because I couldn't believe it's only been 2 years that she's been with us. I feel like I have known her for a lifetime, her lifetime, but it also feels like I can't even remember our family without her, really. Do you know what I mean? It feels like, how could it only have been 2 years? And also, how does that 2 years seem like yesterday? It's like both long and short.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It feels like it went by like that.
Yeah,
Yet when I think of like my time with her, it feels like a lifetime already.
yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah, it's crazy. And then all this happening and all her therapy. She has 6 therapies a week. And putting all that online is like it's a whole I mean, I don't even think about that part of it. Like that's just like I don't know, something about this is emotional Friday. I guess we're having an emotional Friday. But
yeah. That's what it really is.
but we have like we when you think about like the hardest things you do in your life, like actually like the ones that you have the most time to think about are the harder ones. And the ones that you just, if you lift your head up and look at, you're going to freak out. You tend to handle better because you're just going and you don't really have a choice but to go, you know? And this has all been a lesson of that for me, which is like the things that cause me anxiety are not her. It's not how crazy having three kids in under 4 years is. It's not that stuff. You know what I mean? It's the
Yeah.
stuff that I stop and think about. You know?
Your problem's right in between this space,
Yeah,
right?
you know, the problem is truly outlook and perspective, and not that there aren't real physical problems, but those ones when you just drill into them and go, you don't really have a chance to, I don't know. But then you have a birthday like this and you reflect on it and then you start to go like, wow, it's been intense, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a good perspective. I think that's really important to point out. And one thing watching you do it and getting to be sort of, I'm on the inside and the outside. Obviously, I don't live it every day like you do, but we don't live far away from each other, and we're a close family. So I'm on the inside there. Um, One of the big things for me is that like Amina's not sitting around thinking about how challenging life is and feeling bad for herself. It's clear she's like, I'm getting up and I'm going to go get it. And like all of us, some days she can get kind of frustrated with things, and some days she's going to be like super happy. But in general, she's like
Just like
the what I would without her being able to say it, uh, clearly enough for me, at least at this point, to hear it. It's like what I would say is like her MO is life is life. Like, let's go. What if you're like, oh, this, and she's like, hey, can you bring the dog over so I can pet him? Let's go do this. That's really funny. Check that out. Look what my brother's doing. Hey, I want to do what Cora does also. I'm gonna walk over there. I'm gonna stand up and grab that. It's amazing.
the Ginger Ninja.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know, man. She's incredible. You know, the craziest part about it is that she like talk about a wonderful reminder to be appreciative every day.
Yeah.
You know, she can't do all these things, right?
Yeah.
She can't walk, she can't talk, but she can teach empathy,
Yeah.
and no one else can do that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a gift that she has. I mean,
Like you look at my other kids, they understand on a deep level. They've become empathetic, whether they wanted to or not. They've been forced to, and that's something you can't teach your kids. You know, like you can't teach them that. They must experience that, and she's been able to teach them that. That's like, you know, what a gift.
yeah. You think Cora understands that? Is it more inside of her? Because I feel like JJ's asked some questions.
She understands it probably better than any of us.
Really?
She just gets it, you know? She doesn't have words for it because her language isn't that sophisticated yet, but she is like, she's the one who's like, but we need to grab Mina, but Mina needs to do this. Like, but we need to get this. You know what she would like? You know, like she is
Yeah, yeah. She
constantly
is her protector, her bulldog, her guardian, her, you know,
everything. Yeah.
yeah.
You know?
Hey, if you're just joining us, hey Therese, if you're just joining us, TQJQ having an emotional Friday, let's call it. Um, Good friend of our family, amazing person, Dr. Scooby passed away last night. We found out 10 minutes before this video. Jay's just getting open about on the occasion of the birth of their youngest daughter, Amina, and getting open about some of the challenges she has, having a rare genetic condition, but like with love and gratitude. I think that's clear. The emotions coming from a place of, most of us don't allow ourselves to feel all these things this often. I certainly don't. I can cry easily just talking about like how happy I am when like somebody, you know, has a great day in the store on my team, and I get emotional. So I kind of tamp it all down and try to keep it behind a face of friendly, a genuine, but kind of a wall of friendliness and good feelings. But I don't really often tap into some of the depth of that feeling. So today I don't have a choice.
Some days it just comes out, man.
Yeah.
That's why we're gonna dance.
Yeah. Yes. Let's talk about that. Thanks, Mary Josephine. Appreciate it for the kind words.
Let's talk about
There's a lot of people in Chicago who are feeling that way. So this is like, I'm speaking on behalf of many people I know.
Let's talk about dancing as therapy.
I would love to.
You know, I think like we get older and we forget that like sometimes you just should put music on really loud and stop talking. And it's not background, it should be the foreground. And
Yeah.
we should just all point ourselves towards the speakers and be and praise sound for the and waves for the and with deep gratitude for the way that they excite particles in the air and make us hear different frequencies, and then the people that manipulate that in order for us to have an incredible sensory experience is like the coolest thing in the world. And then
and
it
sensory
makes you
turned into
move.
what?
What?
I would say you can take it to what we were just talking about. The sensory experience is inextricably an emotional experience as well.
Yeah, and it moves you, literally moves you. And so, you know, we're talking about being moved today, and it's an
Yeah.
emotional Friday, but what about physically moving you? What an amazing thing that this wave happens and you literally ride it. Your body wants to ride this wave of sound. And then you move, and not only do you exercise and you feel incredible, but you are you are it's meditation, it's exercise, and it's
Transcendence.
transcendence.
Mary Josephine, you don't have to. Can I say this? I'm glad you said that. She said I would love to learn how to dance. Here's what I would say. I have no clue how to dance. And I am not someone who goes, like Jay says this, and I'll be honest, like Jay is a great dancer. To watch him dance, I'm talking, it can be hip hop, it can be whatever. Just watch his body move is a pleasure, Jay. You're a great dancer. Like you're Michael Jackson. You do different styles, you do all kinds of stuff, and it makes me happy to watch you. And then I will say, like, in moments of self-conscious, of extreme self-consciousness, it makes me not want to dance at all because I'm like, I can't do any of that. And one of the things that I feel like I've relearned over the past few years is who gives a damn? Like, you don't need to learn how to dance. You just need to let yourself dance. And for some people, that might be like just tapping your foot to a rhythm and like doing this off in a corner by yourself, right? That's dancing.
Dude, move how the music tells you to move.
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
Yeah.
So like, you know, you say I'm a really good dancer. I've never been trained. I've never learned. I've never, and I know
You're
that I
just
can.
naturally good. No, just messing with you. I'm not
No,
messing with
no, I really truly think it's about removing the filter between me and the music.
you. Yeah.
the self-conscious filter,
Yeah,
and
but I mean,
stick with.
you are a guy who you produce music for a living. You have a deep connection with beat, with rhythm, that I would say I lack, and many people lack or feel that they lack. But my point is like, you don't need to have a complex understanding of rhythm. You can be off rhythm and still be an amazing and have dance be amazing. Because ultimately, like music has, it's going to speak to you whether it's on the 2 and 4 or whether it's on the 1.5 and you know and 3.5 and then 2.5 and
Some
then
clap on
whatever.
the 2 and the 4, others clap on the 1 and the 3.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying even if it's off, it doesn't matter, you know. Um, and I think that's hard for people to learn. And I actually was just talking to my friend Alan about this yesterday. Is that one of the hardest things I think for me as an adult, as I run a business and deal with all, with a team of people and all this stuff, is that I sometimes feel like I've forgotten how to have fun. I've forgotten how to relax. I've forgotten how to just be in the moment. And, I do things, yoga and meditation and drink tea and talk to my brother, go to see a therapist sometimes and do all these other things that are designed to help that. And certainly I've taken some substances in my life, both herbal and otherwise, to try and get to the root of that problem. But I think dance is one of those things that I realize it's just in you. You got to tap into it somehow,
Groove is in the heart.
no doubt.
I'm gonna play that song today. That'll be great.
Yeah. So where are you playing this, Jay? Just since we're
Drink.
talking about dancing, if someone wanted to today join you to dance with like no one was watching, because they don't have to be, because they're going to be in their own room locked down, how would one do this practicing of being in the moment?
Yeah, we do a Friday afternoon at 3:33. We do a
3:33 Central Time.
Yeah, we do a family-friendly dance party for like 45 minutes for the kids and the parents and anyone who wants to join. A lot of people don't have kids and join anyway. It's
The only
just
thing that makes it family friendly really is that.
not spinning anything explicit. Yeah.
So awesome music of all sorts that you're feeling that just can be played without having to worry if kids are going to hear something.
Yeah. Uh, Unfortunately, we are doing that mostly on that's on YT and with Q Brothers on YT, and then we are also doing that on my Twitch channel, which is JQ Makes Beats, all one word on Twitch. And then on Saturday nights I do like an adult dance party, which is like more aggressive, more funky, less words, less pop music, deeper kind of stuff that you can really get lost in.
I've
And
done it a few times now. I just
um,
put you on, I don't turn a camera on me or join any Zoom. I just listen to, I put on the music and then just be like, all right, what am I feeling right now? And for me, that might only last 10, 15 minutes that I actually dance. But it's like, all right, glad to get that out of my body that's been trapped in there all this time.
it's truly therapy, you know. Uh, every week now I'm like looking forward to it and just kind of going like, like I would like to dance with other people in a room, but hey, just reminding yourself to move your body and feel some music, it feels great, you know? And what a release of the week. It just feels like, all right, I've shed that week. Now let's just let's just take everything as it comes now and not as it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to our summer dance crew that we had an amazing dance party with, right?
I just
Me and you, Rachel, Greta, GQ, Bob and Ann, Jeff and Katie.
Jeff just texted me and was like, he's listening to Buggin' album with his son, and he was just like,
Yeah,
awesome, it's on repeat over
that
here.
was one of my special nights of the past couple of years. So
Yep, yep. So this afternoon, if anyone wants to jump in, we're gonna have a little dance party. You will see a familiar background,
yeah,
and you'll see my little dudes jumping in. And we've been doing DJ lessons, so JJ and Cora get up during the set, and I give them little parts to scratch in.
Nice.
JJ's
I'm
getting
always working. I never check your family one, but maybe
yeah,
I'll
you
put it on in the
just throw it
background.
in the background. Also, if people want to just listen to the music, I know this is not like a default setting on Twitch. First of all, you don't have to sign up for an account to listen to Twitch. You just go to twitch.tv/JQ makes beats and it'll just play. Um, and then if you do make an account, you can change the settings so that it plays in the background of your phone, even if you go and do something else. So if you
Like a
don't want 45
podcast,
minutes of great music, just like leave it, like
like a podcast, like Spotify, like your own music that's on your
yeah,
phone or
just let
whatever.
me choose for you.
Yeah. That's what I've been doing. So that's what I'm going to do today is throw you on Twitch and just listen. Since
Yeah, the little Mina will make an appearance, I'm sure.
birthday, the queen will come down for bless us all for her birthday.
Sure, I'm sure.
Nice. Nice. Cool, man. All right. Hey, I'm emotioned out for today in a good way, and I'm glad I could get it out right now with you. Uh,
And our fabulous tea drinker community.
yeah, and all of you out there, thank you for joining us. Thanks for just listening. Today was like free therapy for me. I really appreciate it. Um, I would like to. We'll be back on Monday. I think let's get mom back on, huh? It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, we got to get dad on too.
Yeah, maybe we'll get them both on.
Yeah.
One of them. But anyway, we'll have someone good with us on Monday. So come back and join us. Have an amazing weekend. Uh, if anything, my main goal is to just say, be grateful. Be grateful for the things you've experienced and be grateful for the people that you get to spend time with virtually and physically right now. Um,
And
because
you're gonna walk by tonight and from the front yard give Mina some love, right?
we're coming by after dinner and gonna blow some serious kisses Amina's way.
We're gonna be on the stoop just receiving people walking by and sending love, so
Nice. Gonna be really not hard not to go up and like just devour her cheeks. Uh,
Well, they'll be covered in icing, so your diet won't allow
yeah, yeah.
that.
All
All
right,
right,
man.
everyone.
All right.
We'll see you
Love
next.
you. Peace.